Hello everyone. So in today's lecture we will see nth term test for convergence and divergence, and then we will practice the examples of geometric series. Now what is called series of positive terms? To understand nth term test you should know that what is the meaning of series of positive terms. Then it can be defined as an infinite series is said to be positive term series if after some particular terms all the terms are positive. For example, -6, -4, -2, +2, +4, +6 and so on. It means કે આમાં જે પહેલી ત્રણ ટર્મ છે એ નેગેટિવ છે, પણ એની પછીની બધી ટર્મ્સ છે કેવી થઈ જાય છે? પોઝિટિવ ટર્મ્સ. એટલે ત્રણ ટર્મ્સ છે એ જ તે નેગેટિવ છે, પછી બધી પોઝિટિવ ટર્મ્સ થઈ જાય છે. Then such type of series is called series of positive terms. But it is necessary to note that a series of positive terms must either converge or diverge to plus infinity, but it can never oscillate. Means the answer of such type of series will always be convergent or divergent, but its answer will never be oscillating. Okay? So let us move to nth term test for convergence and divergence. Okay? If limit an is not equal to 0, then summation n equal to 1 to infinity an is divergent. So whenever you calculate any series and that is you put limit in this an, and if the answer is not equal to 0, then the series is divergent. That is called nth term test for divergency. Okay, for example, આપેલું છે summation n equal to 1 to infinity 3n minus 1 upon 2n plus 1. It means that our an is 3n minus 1 upon 2n plus 1. Now our condition is, now whenever we will substitute limit n tends to infinity in this an, then we can take n common from numerator part and denominator part. Okay, so this n and this n will get cancelled. So, and if I substitute this limit here, then I will get 3 by 2. But 3 by 2 is not equal to 0. It means the answer of this series is divergent. Okay? So, whenever summation n equal to 1 to infinity an, if you put limit in this, and if an is not equal to 0, then such series is divergent. Okay? You can see this example, we are getting 3 by 2 that is not equal to 0, so answer is divergent. Now, what happens if an is equal to 0? If an is equal to 0, it doesn't mean that the series will be convergent. એવું જરૂરી નથી કે an not equal to 0 હોય તો divergent and equal to 0 હોય તો convergent. That is not true. If you get answer 0, then it can be convergent or divergent. It can be anything. And then you have to apply any other test to check its convergency or divergency. જ્યારે પણ an 0 ને equal ન હોય ત્યારે divergent છે, પણ an છે 0 ને equal હોય તો it doesn't mean કે એ convergent હશે. It can be anything. Convergent હોઈ શકે, divergent પણ હોઈ શકે. So during that time you have to apply any other test. આગળ આપણે ઘણી બધી ટેસ્ટ આવશે, જેમ કે પી ટેસ્ટ, કમ્પેરિઝન ટેસ્ટ, રાબેસ ટેસ્ટ, એ બધી કોઈ પણ ટેસ્ટ તમે અપ્લાય કરી શકો જ્યારે an છે એ 0 ને ઇક્વલ થાય ત્યારે. નોટ ઇક્વલ ટુ 0 હોય then you can directly write that it is divergent. Otherwise you have to apply any other test. For example, આપણે આ સિરીઝ કન્સિડર કરીએ 1 plus 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 3. It means કે an is 1 upon under root n. And if I substitute limit n tends to infinity in the an, then I will get 1 by infinity. And the answer is 0. But whenever an is equal to 0, you cannot say that the given series is convergent or divergent. તો ત્યારે આપણે અલગ ટેસ્ટ અપ્લાય કરવી પડશે. When an is equal to 0, this test cannot be applied. So we can apply here p-test. P-test, but what is the meaning of p-test? P-test is also called hyperharmonic series or p-test or p-series. Whenever we have summation n equal to 1 to infinity, 1 upon n raised to p, that is 1 upon 1 raised to p plus 1 upon 2 raised to p and up to infinity. Then according to p-test, if p is greater than 1, then series is convergent. But if p is less than or equal to 1, then it is divergent. See, આ સમ છે એમાં આપણે p test apply કરી શકીએ because we have the form 1 upon n raised to 1 by 2. I can write under root n as 1 upon n raised to 1 by 2. It means that this is the form of p test. 1 upon n raised to p ne equivalent है. Now we have to check p. Here p is 1 by 2. P is 1 by 2. It means 0.5. Means it is less than or equal to 1. And whenever p is less than or equal to 1, according to p test, answer is always divergent. So answer of this series will be divergent. Okay, according to p test. Okay, so whenever you get an equal to 0, you have to apply any other test and check whether the given series is convergent or divergent. Here we can apply p-test, so we have checked by using p-test. Okay. Now moving towards geometric series. The series 1 plus r square plus r cube, such type of series are called geometric series. You already know what is the meaning of geometric series. But we should know when it converges and when it diverges. So whenever you find r, and if mod r means whether you get r negative or positive, it doesn't mean. But if you get r less than 1, then that series will be convergent. Okay? And if you are asked to find the sum of the series, then the sum of infinite geometric series is given by a upon 1 minus r, where a is the first term and r is the common ratio. We saw such type of examples in our previous lecture. Okay? Now, second condition is it diverges if r is greater than equal to 1. But if you get r greater than equal to 1, then its answer will be always divergent. If you get r greater than 1, then sum of series can be written as limit n tends to infinity r raised to n minus 1 upon r minus 1. And during that time, the series will be divergent. Now, if you get r equal to 1, that is we have divided this into two parts. That is whenever r is greater than 1, its answer will be divergent. Similarly, when r will be equal to 1, its answer will also be divergent, and the sum of series will be, if we consider this series 1 plus 1 up to it goes on infinity, then it means it's 1 plus 1 up to 1 terms means it is n. If it is 3 plus 3 plus 3, then its answer will be 3n. But here 1 is there, so 1n. And if you put limit in this equation, then you get infinite. So the series is divergent. Okay? Now, the third condition is oscillatory. If r is less than or equal to minus 1. If r is less than or equal to minus 1 means કે minus 2, minus 3 એવું કાંઈ પણ આવે તો એનો આન્સર છે એ oscillating થશે. Again, if r is less than minus 1, then you have to, sum of series can be written in this form, that is 1 minus r raised to n upon 1 minus r, and it is written as this. And here k is greater than 1, this is the formula. And here always when n is even, if you put here even terms, then you will get, then the sum of series will tend to minus infinity, and if n is odd, then the sum of series will always tend to infinity. Okay? And if r is equal to minus 1, r minus 1 equal ક્યારે થાય? If the series is like this, 1 minus 1 1 plus 1 minus 1. આવી series હોય તો એનો common ratio -1 આવે. We have seen this in the previous lecture that કે જ્યારે even terms હશે ત્યારે answer will be 0, but odd terms હશે તો its answer is 1. Means આમાં આપણે decide નથી કરી શકતા કે 0 છે કે 1 છે. Then during that time series will oscillate, and as we have finite value we can say that series oscillates finitely. Okay, so these are the conditions of geometric series. Now let us see the examples of geometric series. So example 1, 5 minus 10 by 3 plus 20 by 9 minus 40 by 7 is given, but we can see that the given series is in the geometric progression. So we can write that here r is, if you calculate r, then you get 10 by 3 by minus 10 by 3 by 5. It means minus 2 by 3. So our common ratio for this series is minus 2 by 3. Okay, so r is minus 2 by 3. And if we want to find the sum of this series, then the formula for, and again mod r is greater than, mod r is less than 1. Whenever mod r is less than 1, then answer will be always convergent. So we can directly say that the given series will be convergent. But if we want to find the sum of the series, then we can find it by using this formula, that is a upon 1 minus r. So sum of the series is equal to a upon 1 minus r. Okay, now what is a here? A is 5. So 5 upon 1 minus 2 by 3. Okay, and whenever you solve it, you will get 3. Okay, the sum of series will be 3. Okay, so in this way you can check the sum, and from the r you can tell whether the series is convergent or divergent. Okay, now moving towards example 2. Prove that summation n equal to 1 to infinity 1 upon 2 raised to n minus 1 converges. Now if we substitute this limits, then we get 1 upon, if we put first 1, then we get 1 minus 1, that is plus 1 upon 2 raised to 2 minus 1 plus 1 upon 2 raised to 3 minus 1 and so on. It means that here we will get 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 8. Okay, sorry, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 and so on. Okay, so from this we can say that it has a common ratio, that is 1 by 2 by 1 કરશું તો પણ 1 by 2 આવશે, 1 by 4 divide by 1 by 2 કરીએ તો પણ 1 by 2 આવે. So we can say that common ratio for this series is 1 by 2. Okay, and as 1 by 2 is less than 1, that is mod r is less than 1, then the given series is again convergent. Okay, and again if we want to find the sum of the series, then we can find it according to formula a upon 1 minus r. So again a is here 1, so 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 2, and if you solve it you will get 2. Okay, so here sum of the series will be 2 and it will be convergent. Okay, so example 3. Prove that the series summation n equal to 1 to infinity n square minus 1 upon n square plus 1 is divergent. Now here we can write that limit n tends to infinity of un, that is limit n tends to infinity n square minus 1 upon n square plus 1. And if we put values in this term, then we can see apply here nth term divergence test. So we can write, if we take n square common from numerator part and denominator part, we will get like this, and this both will get cancelled, and if I substitute limit here, then I will get 1. And as 1 is not equal to 0, as an or un is not equal to 0, we can directly say that the given series is divergent according to nth term divergence test. Okay? So in this way, we can directly say that it is not equal to 0 and the answer of this question will be divergent. So now example 4. Test the convergence of 1 minus 2 plus 4 minus 8 up to infinity. Okay, again, if we check the common ratio, then its common ratio here is minus 2. Okay, but this r minus 2 is greater than minus 1. Okay, sorry, less than minus 1. Okay, according to, we have seen further, 1 minute. Yes, we have seen here that whenever r is less than or equal to minus 1, that is whenever r is less than minus 1, then it's is always, whenever r is less than minus 1, then the series oscillates infinitely. Sorry, I forgot to write here. So whenever r is less than minus 1, series oscillates infinitely. Okay, right here that series oscillates infinitely. And as we got minus 2, which is less than minus 1, so answer of this question will be series oscillates infinitely. Okay? Whenever r will be less than minus 1, series will oscillate infinitely, but whenever r is equal to minus 1, then series will oscillate finitely. Okay, you have to remember this. So as here minus 2 is less than minus 1, and the series will oscillate infinitely. Okay, so example 5. Test the convergence for the series under root 1 by 2 plus under root 2 by 3 plus under root 3 by 4 and so on. So here we can write that our un is n upon n plus 1. Okay? And if we take n common from the numerator part and the denominator, in the numerator part already n is there, in denominator part if we take n common, then we will get 1 plus 1 by n. And this will get cancelled. So we will get under root 1 upon 1 plus 1 by n. Okay? And if I substitute limit in the un, that is in this equation, then I will get 1 plus 1 by infinity, that is 1 plus 0. So answer will be 1. But as 1 is not equal to 0, we can directly say that it is divergent. According to nth test, we can directly say that as an is not equal to 0, answer will be divergent. Okay, this is the sum of the series, and whenever sum of the series is there, positive terms, sum of the positive terms is there, we can apply this test. Okay, so we can directly say that as it is an is not equal to 0, answer is divergent. Okay, example 6. Test the convergence of summation n equal to 0 to infinity 2 raised to n minus 1 upon 3 raised to n. Okay, so now we can rewrite this given term as summation n equal to 0 to infinity 2 by 3 raised to n minus 1 by 3 raised to n. Okay, we can write like this. And now we can rewrite this term as, here also you have to write summation n equal to 0 to infinity. This is our first term and this is our second term. So we can, if we put values here from 0 to infinity, then we will get 2 by 3, 2 by 3 whole square means 4 by 9, 8 by 27 and so on. Okay, and as it is series we have to write plus here. Okay, and minus, if we also substitute value here, then we will get 1 by 3 plus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 27 and so on. Okay, now we can see that both the series are in the geometric progression. So here also if we find r, then we will get r equal to 1 by 2, and here also if we find r, then we will get r equal to 1 by 2. So both the series are in the geometric progression, and we can find r, and directly from r we can say that as it is less than 1, answer is convergent. Okay, means both the series are individually convergent, so we can say that the given series is convergent. Okay, as both the series are convergent, you have to write like this at the end, that as both the series are convergent, given series is also convergent. Okay, but you also have to find its sum, that is Sn equal to a upon 1 minus r, and for this series also we have to find, and for this series also we have to find, and then we have to put their value, so we will get its sum. Now for this series our a is 2 by 3 divided by 1 minus, what is our r? 1 by 2. Similarly for this series we have a equal to 1 by 3, 1 minus, and our r is again 1 by 2. So if we solve this, then we will get 4 by 3, and here we will get 2 by 3. And so finally if we substitute these values in this terms, then we will get 4 by 3 minus 2 by 3. Okay, so that is equal to 2 by 3. Okay, so sum will be 2 by 3. Okay, so in this way you have to check that whether it is convergent, and whenever r is less than 1, mod r is less than 1, then its summation will be a upon 1 minus r, which you have to carry out. Okay, so now these are the 3 examples for practicing. Okay, answers are also given in the bracket, so you can verify whether you got correct answer or not. Okay, thank you everyone. I hope you all liked my video lecture. Thank you.